Hopefully, you remember doing an experiment very similar to the one in this diagram back at GCSE. You added reactants together, such as hydrochloric acid and calcium carbonate, or sulfuric acid and magnesium, and the gas that was produced was collected in a measuring cylinder or perhaps a gas syringe, and you measured the volume of gas collected at regular intervals, let's say every 20 or 30 seconds. You used that equipment to produce a graph. The graph would have looked something like this. You'd have plotted time on the x-axis, the volume of gas collected on the y-axis, and you could have used that graph to work out the rate of reaction at a given point. You used perhaps what's called the triangle method, where you drew a right-angle triangle, measured for a given point the difference in y divided by the difference in x, the difference in the volume of gas collected divided by the time it took to produce that gas, and that would have told you the rate of reaction. And you may have been able to go as far as working out the units using the graph. Alternatively, you may have got a similar graph by measuring the loss in mass against time. These were all kinds of typical experiments that you could have done. At A level, we need to take this work further. In Year 12, in addition to having that background knowledge from GCSE, we'll go on to look at something called Boltzmann distributions and use those to explain how increasing temperature and using a catalyst can increase the rate of reaction. In Year 13, the work and rates of reaction will go much further and will be much more quantitative in the treatment. It'll use numbers and get you to work out things like rate equations. The next video will deal with Boltzmann distributions.